Welcome, this is Mona in Bel Air, Texas. I'm going to do a very brief tutorial on how to French bead a leaf with one additional embellishment. You start with a source of wire. This is 24 gauge brass. It's a nice color. It's a nice pliability. It doesn't corrode in a very ugly way like sterling silver does. And it's fairly flexible. It doesn't break easily. And it stays beautiful in arrangement for a very long time. I have a bead spinner here. I fill it up with beads. It's a nice little bowl that rotates like so. And if I make a little bend in the end of my wire without ever cutting it away from the spool, all of this work is done with the wire still attached to the spool. I put the tip into my bead spinner, rotate it very nicely, very evenly and kind of fast, and this will load beads onto my wire. And after I have about 3 feet of beads spun onto my wire, I start to work on a leaf. Now, for the sake of time, I've already loaded a whole lot of beads onto the wire already, but I did want to give you a demonstration on how fast and easy this is. This bead spinner I bought from Lydia Boring in Tampa, Florida. You can find her beautiful quality bead spinners at 7beads.com. That's 7beads.com, where she has a beautiful quality of bead spinner available. They're not inexpensive, but if you've ever tried to do this kind of work by loading beads one bead at a time, which I have, you'll save yourself a lot of misery with neck, back, and shoulder pain. And also you'll be able to realize your dreams of beautiful floral work in a much faster speed. Now you have beads loaded onto your source wire. Working from your left, you're going to create a loop, wrap it around twice, secure it, bring up about 5 beads near the loop, and hold your finger right here to secure these up high. Then bring about 6 inches of wire together to create a loop at the bottom, just like that. And this is what is called a traditional basic. You have a loop at the bottom for your fingers to support the structure, a loop at the top for your finger to support the structure, and you begin to wrap the wire. So I'm going to very snugly push the wire up against this. Then I'm going to wrap my wire with my beads loaded onto it around the top at a 45-degree angle to create a pointed tip on my leaf. And I'm going to bring that back down, rotate and push the beads up again, wrap at the base at a 90-degree angle to keep the bottom of my leaf round, then back up again, snug it up, 45-degree angle wrap, keep my pointing nice. I can support the loop with my finger to keep the wire tension straight, bring it back down, wrap it again, bring it across at a 90-degree angle to keep the bottom of my leaf round. Don't want the bottom of my leaf pointy in this design. And you continue in this fashion until your leaf is as large as you want. 45-degree angle, bring it down, wrap it around. Now there's a nice little leaf. Okay, now at this point it would be perfectly alright to simply cut this wire away, cut one leg of your loop, smooth everything down, and you have a leaf that's ready to go. But I want to show you one more little embellishment very quickly. So I'm going to cut this away, make a little round tip in my wire so that the rest of my beads don't escape, and set that away. I'm going to do something very French and create a contrasting border that creates a nice shading effect on this leaf. So I'm going to take a similar bead. These are all 11-aught beads, all frosted finish with a matte finish. There are light green and dark green beads that are silver lined with a matte finish, and that creates a glow. the silver kind of glows through the matte finish on the surface of the leaf and makes a really beautiful effect. Now once you line the outer edge with the dark green beads, you're going to wrap the wire about 3 or 4 times around the base of the bottom of the bead, and you'll be done. A couple more beads. Okay, once you have that secured, wrap it around about 3 or 4 times. Pull the rest of your excess beads away and put them back into your little bead spinner. Smooth it down, cut the other leg, and you have a lovely leaf that has a very nice French look about it. One other quick option I'm going to show you is this leaf that's more variegated with the light and the dark green. And I took a cup and mixed 50-50 light and dark green beads and loaded them onto my strand of wire randomly, and then began to make the leaves, and the random pattern creates a very beautiful mottled green leaf with the light and dark contrast. And that will conclude this session on this tutorial, and I thank you for coming.